Hi guys, I hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to jump on and get in another couple readings before the year is over. I also wanted to mention something. In my last reading, I was reading on Omicron and whether travel will shut down, that sort of thing. Really, I was reading on like, will my cruise that I'm supposed to go on be canceled? But I tried to make it more universal and get answers about, the travel industry in general and what's going to happen with this Omicron. And I feel it's been pretty accurate. I don't think travel's going to shut down, but I also got that it's going to go all over the world. It's just going to, and we're just going to manage it. And I mentioned in that video that I was going to a wedding last weekend. And we're all fully vaxxed and boosted. And I can tell you about 20 people from that wedding now have COVID. And miraculously, somehow, my husband and I don't have it. But we're also hearing about, and I want to say, thank goodness we're all vaxxed, because it does seem to be obviously milder for the vaccinated. So definitely get that booster. I will say also, I have no idea if this helped us, but my doctor told us there are studies that are showing if you mix the vaccines, like if you had Moderna, get the Pfizer booster. Or my other friend who got Johnson & Johnson, she also is negative. And, so her booster was like something other than the original vaccine. And so we're like, was it the mixing or what is it? We just cannot figure out why some people get it and some people don't. Two of my closest friends that literally I was joined, our rooms were joined, we had every meal together. One of my friends who I sat next to at the ceremony, it's almost impossible. We shared Ubers everywhere. It's just impossible that I don't have it. It's very weird. And for them, if it's just like having a bad cold. So just be aware, I guess, that this thing is coming like a wave. Like I know they're saying it on the news also, but I've just experienced it. And it's just crazy. Another friend, it was last Saturday, now it's this Saturday, and she had gotten 3 negatives and now she's positive. And I don't know if she had got that at her workplace during the week. This version, it happens so fast. Like we had the weekend wedding and then the day people got home, they got sick and then they, tested positive. It's like throughout the week, it just all happened very fast. And there's not that as much of a waiting period, I think, before you start getting symptoms. So anyway, I just thought I'd pass on that knowledge. But the topic of my reading is actually totally unrelated to all that. I just wanted to share that to, give you guys a heads up of what's out there, but I'm sure maybe it's happening in your lives too. This thing is spreading like wildfire. The thing I actually want to read on, I've wanted to read on this since the summer, and I'm upset that I put it off because I see that it is, it's Liz Cheney, and I felt something when I saw her on the news this summer. And I'm like, I got to read on her. There's something going on there. And now, of course, she's elevated into such a strong position right now in our country, speaking truth to power in such a fierce way. And that was what I noticed when I saw her speaking out against Trump this summer. And the thing that got to me is like, she knows something, right? And she's so angry at Trump and at anyone enabling Trump. So that's what I want to read on. And, her father, of course, was Dick Cheney, vice president to George W. Bush all those years. And someone on Twitter had suggested that Dick Cheney would have possibly been a person that the military would have reached out to. Of course, I don't know if this is true for entertainment purposes only, but and it's interesting because since then we have seen that they do that. Like even Pence reached out to a former vice president when he was trying to see if he could get away with stealing the election. And we've seen like General Milley is coming out and saying that within the ranks of the military, there was a lot of panic about what was going on with Trump and what he was up to and trying to do. And I wonder, and you know, Dick Cheney worked very closely with the military, and it's possible that he was getting information, intel. I did read about how Liz and her father are extremely close. Like, I almost got the feeling like they're like soulmates, even though they're father-daughter, they're like the same person or something. You know, I'm not like into their conservative politics at all, but I appreciate if they're stepping in this way to try to save democracy, save this country from this foreign asset. I think that's what he is, or, you know, just at least a violent presence, violent leadership in this country. At the very least, he was egotistical and sloppy and dangerous in that way. But I want to know, I want to see, there's a couple cards I have in my mind. If they show up, then I know what it's telling me. I want to know, does Liz Cheney know something? And she needs it to come out in all these legal processes because she has to do it right. But she's so angry. And let's see what we get on that. So, oh wow. I just happened to see the devil at the bottom here before I even got started. So there it is. I mean, I do, and look at that snake. It's like, this is what's driving her is, she knows what Trump was up to. She knows who's controlling the show. She knows that there is like dark, corrupt, very, very bad things beneath the surface of what was going on with Trump. That corruption, I can just feel it. Really sick stuff there. It's like making my head super hot. Hopefully that's not a COVID fever. No, but I feel a lot of energy with this, and it's like she got a glimpse of, yeah, the devil, possibly from her father who was getting it from the inside, and she's taking it upon herself. It almost feels like it's like her mission in life to like do this. She's so driven and so angry. And of course, whatever, you know, you might wonder, why don't they come out and say it? And it's just like, perhaps it was illegal for them to share this information. And it's like, you got to do this the right way, you know? So let's see what else we get. We've got the devil there beneath the surface. That's what she is after. That snake. This, what is it? What do they say? The snake beneath the surface? Is that a saying? I'll look it up and share in editing. Oh, six of wands is triumph. That just popped out. Yeah, I feel she wants to lead the Republican Party, which in a perfect world doesn't have to be corrupt and lying propaganda. It could just be some slightly different politics and ideas about spending. She wants to be a leader and lead the Republican Party in the right direction. So that's there at the heart of it. What is crossing that? It's like usually I like to flip some over, but I'm just feeling like it's just not necessary. Which tells me maybe she's really straight and narrow in this. So we've got the moon, we've got secrets, and we've got death. Okay. So we have two flip over here. Obviously strong major arcana cards. Whew. This just feels like she's trying to get through. This feels like they're the death of democracy. Like they're trying to end it. And look at her looking behind the curtain in this picture. She saw behind the curtain. And look what's behind the curtain is that scary skeleton. And the moon, it's like the secrets, the long talks, like she and her dad talk into the night. You know, everyone else is like done with dinner and they sit at the table, they talk, and the secrets be, you know, kind of like it's not working hours, it's after hours. He's getting information and she saw behind the curtain, and And she's doing, this also gives me confidence that she's doing a great job. Again, I'm getting so much heat and energy in my head, so I must be getting these messages right. There's confidence in this card. She's very confident. So she must know they have the goods. It's just a matter of executing everything that she's executing. All of them, the committee and everything, to get it to us and to get it through the legal procedures that it needs to go through to get rid of him, I'm guessing. And also that death could be related to that. We need to put an end to this. He needs to not be a viable candidate ever again, and maybe much more. I know she's alludes to, and these cards are flying out, she alludes to also possibly wanting to indict him on, you know, as they should. Justice at the top. How awesome. So yeah, she's definitely on the side of justice, and it seems that the justice is on her side. And we're seeing it, you know, up here on the surface. It's like we're finally seeing it play out. So that's fantastic. That's on the surface. It's not down here waiting to happen. It's happening. God, I suddenly can't remember how I do this. It's like when I'm reading the cards, sometimes I just lose my brain a little bit. Well, I'll just do what's beneath the surface. Well, no, let's do what's in the past. What was in the past to get this story going? The Wheel of Fortune. That's interesting. All these strong major arcanas. I'm going to flip this next card before I read that. And I always assume you guys kind of follow the cards with me. I hope that that's kind of fun. Oh, gosh. 8 of Cups and 8 of Swords. Quick note, since we got 2 8s here, 8s in the tarot represent action in the form of dedication, movement, and commitment. Often growth-oriented, the 8s show us how deciding to put our noses down and do the work can be in turn satisfying, galvanizing, and intimidating. What's beneath the surface? Page of Swords. A little birdie told me. That's what's beneath the surface. That's what's hidden. Somebody has told her something. Which is, yeah, what I was feeling. Like she knew. And then she got involved. Oh, I can feel her anger. She's so angry. And having grown up, like again, like Dick Cheney, his politics, you know, that's not my thing. But she grew up with this stuff. She must have such a high level of respect and honor, and like it would be a part of her own nostalgia of her childhood, of her family. So this is why it like hits her so personally. You know, this Wheel of Fortune, I'm getting like a Time's Up vibe, you know, like for Trump, for the people who were trying to turn this country into this like different direction. And I'm thinking with this Wheel of Fortune, like what got her involved was everything changing, you know, like when she saw how the party was turning, that got her involved. She got some information that got her to lead this fight against Trump, against that devil that she saw behind the curtain. I see an 8 of Swords here coming into the situation, which is sort of self-imposed restrictions, which makes a lot of sense to me. Like this is that thing where she can't just come out and say what she knows. She needs it to go through these proper channels. So she feels restricted, and that's going to continue for a little while. There are certain rules and restrictions that she has to abide by in these legal processes. And then we have this 8 of Cups, which is abandoning a situation. I almost feel like it feels like she's leading a sort of like we've got to leave this behind, this Trumpism, and sort of hoping that others follow. I'm getting like the exodus. She's like trying to lead this exodus away from Trumpism. And let's see how that goes. We'll do some more cards here on the side. I mean, this could also touch on her own, like, the party itself is sort of rejecting her, but she's just like, she's going her own way and hoping others follow. Some insiders say that that is happening. They just aren't coming out yet publicly, because I think the base is so dedicated to Trump. Oh my God, there it is again. Just jumped right out, the devil. There it is. Amazing watching back how that card jumped out right when I said Trump's name, and how dedicated his followers are to him. And this card is about control. And it's telling me the story how he used that dedication to get this violent attempted coup insurrection to happen. And I think this is what she knows even more deeply and seriously and in more specifics than we yet realize. And that's what she wants to expose and prosecute to put an end not only to him, but to all that he represents. Ugh. This actually, I'll be honest, because in this position, it really concerns me. She's nervous. Like, it's like she feels like they're, like, I don't know, watching her, like those eyes, and she's just staying protected, taking care of herself. I wouldn't be surprised if she has, like, Secret Service protecting her right now. It's like they are, like, they're out for her. Ugh. Man, that just gets right into my skin. Eek. So again, it shows up. She is wrestling with the devil right now. And she's winning. And justice is at the top. It's like they know her number and she knows their number. The corrupt, I mean. And she's battling. There's some, I'm gonna share this on here because I'm getting chills. Like, there's some famous painting of, like, a warrior putting a sword into a serpent like that. And that's, like, what just, like, flashed into my head. Like, she's sort of taking on that role right now. King of Wands, there's her dad. I was, like, wondering if he was gonna show up here. Not that she needs a man behind, you know, powerful man. She's in her own right powerful, but he is by her side. He's supporting her, and he is doing whatever he can to help support this process that she is in charge of. And that was sort of part of my question. I was like, I'll know if he shows up as, like, a King of Wands, that he might have been the messenger here, this Page of Swords. Let's see, hopes and fears. Okay. Four of Wands. This is a card of, like, celebration. For me, politically, it's a card of, like, the White House. So the hopes and fears, yes, they do not want him to have a chance to run again. That, I think, is their main goal. And that's their worst fear. Because I think they know if he were to run again and somehow win, that we're in, like, very big trouble. Also, it occurs to me she may very well be angling for herself to be in the White House someday. And if it's true that she knows some very bad things that Trump and his team did, this would be a great way to get herself noticed and ahead of the game. As the Trump ship sinks, she can lead her party forward. That could be a hope of hers. I wonder if she would be a person who would vote for the Voting Rights Acts. Like, she knows we need those, and we're in danger if we don't pass those. Again, I had such a powerful reading on that. I know I don't reread on a lot of the same topics, but if I feel like I had a really solid reading, I literally just sit back and wait for it to happen because I just feel like it is. And I did get in that reading on the voting rights stuff that they were gonna wait till it's closer to the midterms. And I'm seeing it all the time. I feel like it keeps the conversation going. It elevates things. It reminds people how important it is to vote. Like, keep that conversation going and then have this big win. So just keep anticipating that happening. It has to happen. And even Biden's coming out and saying it has to happen. So let's see what we have for the final outcome on Liz Cheney. Oh, hello. What do you got here? The Star. Oh my. Well, that is a great card of wishes come true. She's going to get what she wants. As far, and you know, we're reading on this, her ambition to get Trump out. So that, and oh, look at her just hugging that lamb. Like, this is like, everything's going to work out. Everything's going to work out just fine. Everything's going to be good and well. And I'm feeling, again, that heat in my head. I'm so glad I finally did this reading. I knew there would be like all this energy in it. It's all going to work out. Like, this is just like such a wonderful card. I also do wonder, because I felt her ambition was to walk away from this Trumpism, you know, that she might end up being a leader of, you know, whatever Republican Party Part 2 is, or maybe she just reclaims it again and is a leader in her party. Like, I'm not going to vote Republican, but I think she might certainly run. And to be honest, like, if in the future we had another Republican president, like, I at least would know that she's not corrupt, and I'd be like, okay, this is, see, like, we're not unreasonable. So she has a strong future. She's gonna end up okay out of this, I feel. You know, because I know they're trying to, you know, really attack her. Look at that. I mean, ugh, this is her right now, under attack by the snakes. And she's gonna be okay. And I think she's gonna get what she wants out of this. I think that she has that ability in her to get what she wants. And let's see what other cards. Oh, look at this, the Chariot at the base. She's gonna keep going in her own strong way to move things forward. She wants to keep dishing out information and evidence. She's gonna go strong, fast, hard, dishing out evidence. King of Swords is, I almost think that's her. She is a Queen of Swords, but King of Swords is someone with information, giving out information. And maybe it ends up being like, well, Merrick Garland isn't someone who's able to put down the sword of truth. A man. So those are good messages right there. Beneath the surface, that Six of Coins is like giving out like charity. And with that King of Swords and the Chariot, it's like information. That King of Swords is like the giving out of is like sword of truth. Dishing out little by little these little swords of truth. That's interesting. So, but let's get a few more cards here. Got Four of Coins, which is like security. Six of Swords, another card of going to calmer waters. That's actually good. You know, get rid of this thing. I can't even look at that. It's staring at me. Calmer waters, that's very nice. She will end up getting to calmer waters, and maybe our whole country will. Again with the King of Swords, how funny it came up again. I feel like she's gonna get the Justice Department. I mean, not just her, obviously her committee and everything, but I feel, I know I said Merrick Garland, we don't think of him as a King of Swords exactly, but this I feel to be the Justice Department is going to take action on the evidence that comes up against these people. And that's gonna help, you know, elevate her out of this time where she's sort of under attack and not, you know, people aren't sure whether they want to, like, you know, in that world, I guess, that party, she's going to end up being the good guy, of course, compared to Trump. But I feel like a lot of people right now don't know where that power is going to go, you know, in this Trumpism, you could say, even if Trump's gone. Or I think she's going to end up winning the battle over, like, who will triumph, who will take this party in a new direction. That Six of Swords, the new direction. to calmer waters. You can see these rough waters, which is what this Trumpism has been, and it'll chill out and calm down. Four of Coins, there's a certain security that she has. Like she's protected somehow. It's really interesting. You see that, I can't think of the name of that bird, but you know what I mean? Like she's got those wings around her and she's secure. So she must know, she has protection. And I also think she's like in general, like protected, like maybe spiritually. I mean, this star is a spiritual card also. So I just feel like this is all good. I feel like she's gonna take the party to a good direction. I do feel like we have her dad here and possibly was part of that, supporting her in her fury and desire to like bring justice to her party again, to the country. Oh, I decided to get one more at the bottom and just look. High Priestess. I was wondering if this was one of the cards I thought it might show up, that it would mean, yes. So she's got the Book of Secrets there, or I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but basically she knows. She does. There it is right there. And little by little she will like share the information, or if she doesn't, she knows it enough that it's what's driving her. Is it called the Book of Secrets? Anyway. Three of Cups, celebration. Queen of Cups. This feels more like her. She's emotional. So yeah, I thought if I saw this card, she knows the secrets. We may eventually also know the secrets that she knows as time goes by. So thanks for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and stay safe out there. And I think, like my reading on the Omicron, you know, this thing's just gonna go around and we'll get through it together and it'll be okay. I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.